Okay, I'm going to teach you a few tools with Google. Google can be pretty helpful when searching for articles and also when citing them. So I'm going to go to Google Scholar, which you can just Google Google Scholar if you're not there, if you don't have a little button like that, and type in what you're interested in researching. Maybe it's mule deer in Colorado. And you'll notice there are some filters over here on the left if you want to use that. You then can scroll through and find ones that have PDFs attached to them. If they don't have PDFs, then more than likely it'll take you to a website where you can read the abstract, but you'd have to pay for them. If they do have PDFs, you should be able to click on it and it'll take you to a website that you can at least download the PDF if you want to. So I'm looking at this and I'm not seeing it, but oh, here it is. Here's the PDF. If I wanted to download it, I could. Or I could have just clicked on the PDF button. So that's one way of using Google Scholar. It does limit some of the nonsense websites. I don't know if it does exclusively peer-reviewed, but it does tend to do a pretty good job of filtering things out. Now, the other thing to note is if you were using this and you found an article that looked really good, but it didn't have the PDF for free, what you could at least do is get the title and then search for it in a library database and see if you can find it for free in the library databases, which is usually the case, especially if you use a good database. Okay, the other thing I want to show you is how to use Google Drive. So if I go into Google Docs and I start a new project, I might want to write my paper in Google Docs, and Google Docs has some things called add-ons that can make things a lot easier. I've done this one called Paper Pile, and if you don't have that already on there, you click on Get Add-ons, and then you type in whatever you want. So it could be EasyBib. All of these are good citation managers, but you type in Paper Pile if you want the one that I'm going to show you how to use, and it'll come up. You just click. If you don't already have it, you should have a add or a download or something right there to add it to your Google, and then it's right here. So if I go to it and I click Manage Citations, it'll come up with a little sidebar over here, and this is kind of neat because I can actually search for articles here as well. So if I want to know about mule deer in Colorado, I can search for it right here within Paper Pile and stay in my Google Docs, read through the titles. If I find one that looks interesting, I can click on it. Again, it may or may not have the PDF available. So, for example, I'm trying to find one that I can use. Like this one right here, if I click on this one, it'll say, okay, do you want to go to the website? Yeah, sure, I do want to go to the website and read this article more. Evaluation of test and cull strategy for reducing prevalence of chronic wasting disease. Okay, that's interesting. So I can read the whole article. I could download it on this particular one. Again, you may or may not be able to download it. So after I've read it, I may find that there's information in here I want to use, and I could, use it in my article. Mule deer in Colorado were found to have chronic wasting disease reduced in the population when they were culled. And now to insert it, all I would do is come over here and click this Cite button. And by the way, here is the abstract right there, but I can click Cite. It'll pop it in right there. And if I want to keep going, I can add other articles too. So maybe I type some more stuff and I decided that I want to add another article. So I'm going to come down here and go, yeah, this one looked good. I honestly didn't even read it, but here is the Cite button. I'm going to click that in, and it adds in that resource too. So I can continue on like this and type my paper and just keep, finding sources and citing them. If I have my my notes from reading all these articles already, and I'm writing from my notes, which is really what you should do instead of writing directly from the article. That would be incredibly choppy, kind of how I'm demonstrating to you right now. But you can just search for each article individually in here and then click Cite as you write through. Now, when you're all done, you can have your literature cited section. If I can spell. And if you click on this Update Citations and Bibliography, it'll add in everything that you've cited. And then if you want to remove them, you can remove them as well. So here's everything that I've cited in this paper so far. If I went and took one out, I need to make sure that I update my citations and bibliography so that this updates as well. So that's how to use Google Docs. Don't forget to change your heading. Wildlife paper or something specific would be great. And that's just one more tool that you can use. Hope it helps.